INCRadio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan, himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
Guten Abend, lieben Leute. Ich heiße Schnell and willkommen zurück to INCRadio Central Europe Connections. And we are so excited to have all of you, our listeners and viewers, join us today on our exciting topic. I'm also joined by another familiar face. Henry, can you please introduce yourself?
Aloha, guten Morgen, guten Abend, guten Nacht, and all things guten. Hello, everyone. Welcome to INC Radio Live. And you know, I had so much fun. About 3 weeks ago, we had a live studio audience. So I asked myself, let's do it again. So let's look at our audience here. Say hi, everyone. So we're coming to you live from Heidelberg, and they are also excited to be here because we had great food. We had, but one thing we were missing was our topic today, Chanel. And what was that?
Our topic, and I hope everybody's hungry, is Rösti, Switzerland's crispy culinary classic.
Yeah, so the Rösti, am I saying it correctly? We'll ask our German audience members here who speak pretty good Deutsch to correct me. We'll learn a little bit later. But yes, so we'll be talking about we started in Amsterdam last week. We were talking about the food that they had there. And so now we are going all the way southeast to Switzerland. And we are joined by someone who knows a little bit, understandably so. He's been there for a few years. So a familiar face to INC Radio Central Europe. So let's welcome and allow him to introduce himself. Here is Ebby.
Grüezi miteinander. Hi, I'm Ebby. I'm currently living here in Zurich, Switzerland. I've been here for 14 years now, Henry.
14 years. That's a long time. How long have I been here? I've been here for 3 years. If I'm here for 14 years, I better learn some German. I better learn the language. Me and Chanel will probably be experts by then. But anyway, so we will be talking about that later on our broadcast today. If we can do a quick time check, it is 7:03 p.m. Central European time, and there in the Philippines it is 2:03 in the morning. And if we can do a quick weather check back in the station with Chanel.
Yes, absolutely. So for the areas of Berlin, Amsterdam, and Zurich, it's been between 4 to 7 degrees Celsius, mostly cloudy all throughout. And since we have Avi here from Zurich, I want to ask you, what's your personal experience with today's weather out in Zurich?
Well, it's not rainy. It's not very cloudy. It's just cold, chill weather. You need to bring out your winter coats when you want to go walk outside and enjoy places outside. But it's pretty chill.
Okay, so it's been pretty much all throughout Europe. If we have any listeners and viewers that want to visit us in any part, it's pretty cold. So bring your jackets. I would recommend puffer jackets. Out here in Germany, at least, it's been quite cold in Frankfurt. How about for you, Henry? I know you're also from the islands. The cold might be a different level for you, but do you feel that you need to wear puffy jackets out there as well?
I don't need any puffy jackets. I think I've acclimated myself here. I still wear slippers when I go to take out the trash, even though it's 0 degrees Celsius out. I'll still wear my slippers. But it is here in Heidelberg. It's I believe I'm looking at Fahrenheit. It's 41 degrees Fahrenheit. I apologize to all of my non-Americans. But it is, if I'm looking at this correctly, if I calculate correctly, it's about 4 or 5 degrees Celsius here. So it's pretty chill, pretty chillax. As you can see, though, if you look at my studio audience here, They are all on their phones, which is a good thing for today's broadcast, right? We want viewership, so they are supporting Central Europe Connections on their phone. They're adding their comments with their hashtag Heidelberg Cluster because we want to go back to being the top three. So to encourage them being the top three, I've gathered them here. I forced them against their will, and now they're on their phone. I'm just kidding. They're all being supportive. But Chanel, if you can remind our viewers to encourage those who are not here, how would they log into Central Europe Connections?
Absolutely. So you can go on YouTube at INCRadio DZEM 954 and click on the live now because we are for sure live now. And for our listeners and viewers who are in different parts of Europe, we do have a little competition going on depending on what region you're on. So make sure to put hashtag Frankfurt, hashtag Heidelberg, hashtag wherever location you are from because again, we will reveal the winners of the challenge at the end of the show. So make sure you keep putting in those hashtags, participate with us throughout the show, even leaving some comments that Henry and I will be reading out loud. And yeah, be a part of today's show. Henry, what can our our listeners and viewers and AB look forward to in our upcoming icebreaker?
So we will break the ice first. Kuya Tech, if we can take a look at what we have for our icebreaker today. Rusty quiz. Rusty.
Pause, Henry. I'm so sorry. I cannot start the show until we ask AB, our special guest, how do you properly say Rösti?
So since you have two dots, it's the umlaut. You say Rösti. Because if it's Rosti, it will actually become rusty in English. So yeah.
Totally different definition. Yes, I agree with you. So Rusty, is that okay?
Rösti. Yeah,
Rusty.
Rösti. I believe we've maybe had that on our show with Kamalu, Deutsch macht Spaß. I believe we've done some umlaute.
That might have
So,
been before I came here. I don't remember that lesson.
well, then we have to refresh again. So yeah,
Oh
two
yeah.
dots over the vowel makes it Rösti, Rösti. Actually, in
Rusty.
Switzerland, they pronounce it even a little bit different. In Germany, it's Rösti, but then in Switzerland, it's Rösti. So pronunciation is slightly different.
Oh, that's a fun fact
Rusty.
to know for today. Rösti versus Rösti.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Approved by AB. So I'm gonna keep brushing up on my Rösti. Henry, I know you can do this. I believe all of our listeners and viewers believe in you as well. So let's get on with our topic for today as we will be talking about pretty much Rösti and Switzerland. So Mr. Tech, can you please put up our first question from our icebreaker? Okay, the first question is Rösti is mainly made from, as you can see the choices. I think we have Henry out here from A, rice, B, potato, or C, bread. I'm pretty sure AB knows the answer, but we can go on to Henry. I think he'll go to the live audience and they can take their guesses. So take it away, Henry.
Okay, we are here live in Heidelberg once again with our studio audience, and yes, they are eager to participate because they'll win a prize of nothing. But you know, at least they'll laugh and they'll smile about it. So our first question: who would like to give the first answer? Please don't be so eager to raise your hands. Oh, there we go. There he is. Let's come up to the front. All right. So, name, age, date of birth.
I'm Brother John po. 21 years old.
21. We're forever 21. So he will always be 21 years old. Okay, so the question was from the choices we had, the Rösti, what is the main ingredient in that? Was that, what were the options? I think it was rice, something, and potato.
I'll go with potato.
Potato. And the correct answer is da 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 da. Drum roll. Do, 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 do. Potato. Rösti.
Oh, And I want to look here at our
It's
comments.
basically Switzerland's most famous. So it's the famous. I mean, it's famous here. I think in some of the fast food restaurants here, they do serve that in the middle of their sandwiches. So it's very tasty. I think every culture has a version of a potato. Yes, it's very delicious. Anyway, next question, Chanel.
Okay, but I just wanted to say that for our live commenters, a lot of them have been putting in B. So comment section, 1 point, live audience, 1 point. So looking good so far. Mr. Tech, what is the next question? Okay, Rösti originally came from which region? Geneva, Bern, or Zurich?
Okay, so now we turn back to our live studio on the audience. I would like to ask a special guest. Can the microphone reach all the way there? Let's see, because we have someone very special in the back row. But can she, Sister Rachel? Can you come here? Are you able to walk this way? Hey! Sorry, I'm making her get a little exercise. Okay, so if we can, Kuya Tech, show the question one more time so that our audience member can see. Rösti originally came from which region? Geneva, Bern, or Zurich? What is your answer?
I think it's majority is burn.
Okay,
Maybe burn.
Mr. Rachel says Burn. So husband says burn. So I think all of our male audience says burn. Ebby, do you think they're correct, or are they? Do you have a better guess?
Well, I see the chat is agreeing with you. I mean, personally, and I know I've been here for a while. I didn't know, but then the chat says B for burn. So I believe them. I guess it's burn.
That is the capital city of Switzerland. Let's see if the capital city is in charge or responsible for the Rösti. What is the answer, Kuya Tech? Farmers in Bern ate Rösti for breakfast. Yes, and I think that yeah, so it went straight to America. We also eat that for breakfast in America too. We just call it a different name, hash brown. Anyway, let's go to the Chanel. Lead us to the next question, please.
Yes, Mr. Tech, what is our next question? Oh, let's see. What cooking method gives Rösti its crispy texture? Baking, steaming, or frying? And I'm gonna keep a lookout on our live chat to see what they have. Wait, Henry, take it away to the live audience.
Okay, we are once again live here in Heidelberg. All right, so there's a stranger in front of me. I've never met her before, so please stand. Would you like to go on a date with me? This is my wife, Rachel Inocencio. So the question was, where does the texture come from? Frying, baking, or steaming?
Frying.
So she says frying. Does the audience agree? Is it frying? Yeah. So they say it's frying. I think this is an obvious one because we've all fried before. We know what happens. Kuya Tech, and it is masarap when it's fried. The answer is C. I'm sure it's C. There it is. It's pan fried until golden and crispy on the outside. Chanel, what did our viewers also say the same thing?
Yes, our viewers are also correct. So our live audience and our live commenters are very smart today. So it's going to be an exciting show already. Let's go to our next question. Mr. Tech, can you please pull up the next question? Okay, which cheese is often melted on top of Rösti? I'm going to try my best reading this. Gruyere, Gouda, or cheddar?
So they're asking one of our locals here which one it is for the answer, but she doesn't know the answer either. So let's see. Sister Grace says Gouda. What else do we have? What's our guesses? B. So they're all saying B. Chanel, what is our chat saying? Do they agree? Do they all think it's B?
Kuya Johan says B. in the live chat. I think all our other live chatters are still loading. They're still thinking,
So
oh, I think I
just so you
read
know,
this.
Kuya Johan is here. So well,
He's multitasking. I
yeah,
love
he's
it
right
though.
there.
Okay, now we have some other live commenters. We have Irene and Mark. They say B as well. We have F Ordinario says the Swiss cheese, which is Gruyere. So it's seeming like it's mixed today. It's mixed. So let us find out what is the answer, Mr. Tech. It's Gruyere. I hope I'm saying this. AB, how do you say this cheese?
It's a French word, so it's Gruyere. It's actually the only Swiss cheese on the list. Gouda is Netherlands, and cheddar is, I don't know, widely used in the US.
Very correct. Yes. And see, we're learning more and more about different foods and the different regions they belong to. But congrats to everyone who's got this correct. We do have one more question, so don't worry. Mr. Tech, what is the final question? Okay, what ingredient is sometimes added to make Zursche Rösti? Strawberry, sugar, or onions?
Okay, so the audience immediately reacted with onions. Zesher, what does that mean? Evie, what does Zesher mean?
So in the beginning, we learned that Rösti came from burn, and there's also a Zurich way of doing the Rösti, which means Zürcher, or the Zurich Rösti.
Okay, so um, that does not help me to think of what the answer is. But let's see. Our audience said onions. What is our chat saying, Chanel?
Our chat is also saying C for onions. So I don't know. I'm feeling good with this one. I feel like everybody's got this right. So, Mr. Tech, what is the answer? Onions, C for onions. Yes. Okay. Congratulations. Give yourself a hand for participating in all of our icebreaker questions. Those were all very fun, very good, very informational, especially to our live commenters out here who have been commenting their answers with each question. Keep it up. We have a lot more to discuss, many more new things to learn, especially for our topic today, Henry. Um, what is just a little tidbit of our topic from Rösti, Switzerland's crispy culinary classic? Have you tried it before?
I have not. So I am relying on Evie to describe to me how it would probably taste like if I did. However, I did see some cooking videos of how to make it. So it doesn't look too far off. And for me, I'm going to focus on the fact that Rösti is something that we all have in common. Because back in America, even back in Hawaii, the potato is so versatile that every country has its own way of doing it, but it does stand out in Switzerland, and they have their own variation of it that it's become so famous that it becomes like a key ingredient or a key part of your meal, and you can actually eat it standalone sometimes, or if you want to throw it into a burger, it's good that way too. So Abby, from what you know of the Resti, what can you say? Why is it so such a symbol of Swiss cooking? Why is it such a? You think of Resti, it's Swiss. Why is it so great?
I can imagine that potato being one of the main ingredients that are available as a side dish. We usually have it here as a side dish to other different dishes that we have. There's the known Zürich Geschnetzeltes that we eat or that we have as a dish, and then there's always a Rösti as a side dish. And I believe it's not complicated to make. You fry it, or you have the potato, you cut it into pieces, and then you fry it all together, and then you can have additionally onions or cheese on top of it, and the combination of it is just, I mean, it's yummy. I'm inviting you guys to just come here and try it. Actually, it's it
If
doesn't
it's
make any sense to talk
accepted.
about it if you don't come here to actually taste it. It's different, but it's really good.
Actually, AB, because I know earlier we talked about how you moved to, or you've been living in Switzerland for 15 years, and before that you were in Frankfurt, Germany. Can you tell us about the first time you had Rösti? Which version was it? If you already liked it immediately, if you're curious, how was it like for you?
There's also a Rösti version in Germany. I had it uh, when I was smaller, going to school. I used to go to a daycare center, and then they would prepare our lunch. But then the one in Germany is a bit different. In Germany, it's called I don't know if anyone in the chat can guess it, but it's called Kartoffelpuffer. I think it's similar to Rösti, but it's also mainly potatoes, and then you make it like a pancake, and then you fry it. So I believe Kartoffelpuffer would be the equivalent of Rösti here in Switzerland.
Oh, that's just another food I have to try out here in Germany because I didn't realize they had like a German version of Rösti here. And since there's so many versions that we're learning right now, what is your favorite version of Rösti, AB?
Oh, I think all of them are good. I mean, I actually haven't even had the Kartoffelpuffer for a long time. In Germany, you eat Kartoffelpuffer with Apfelmus. What's that in English? I forgot. Applesauce, or I don't know.
Sounds like
But
an apple something.
yeah, mashed apple mousse or something. But yeah, I haven't had that for a while. But that's also a yummy Rösti version. But then here in Switzerland, they don't serve it that way. But the Swiss version is also pretty good.
Hmm, I see. And have you cooked it before, or would you say it's something that's easy to make at home?
I've cooked it, but I only have like I buy the frozen pack, so I don't make it from scratch. But then when we do have it, we actually put cheese on top of it, and we melt it, and then we put it in the oven. So we fry it first, and then we put it in the oven, then put cheese on top to let it melt over the rösti, and then that's how we would eat it.
I hope our live audience and our live commenters are hungry, especially after listening to AB's description of the many ways to eat rösti, because I know I am, especially when you mentioned cheese. That's already a lot for me. And it looks like Henry out here has some comments from our live audience. So take it away, Henry. How are you
So
feeling?
I just asked our audience who has made Rösti, and unfortunately none of them have. So like I said, it kind of brings us together because all of our cultures make our own version of I call hash brown, or Rösti. So this is, if you can introduce yourself, sister.
Ako po si Girly.
Girly, this is Girly. What is your version of when you make the, let's say, Filipino version of Rösti?
Harina. Bali yung harina at saka yung potato, ano tawag doon? Okay, German na lang. Iraraiben. Then, little salt and egg. Then onion.
It all mix it all together,
Mix all together, then in the pana. Yeah, frying.
and then you
Yes.
prito.
Yes.
And then you fry it.
But I don't put cheese.
No cheese.
Yes.
Would you try to add cheese the next time?
Yeah, I try.
And so she'll try. She'll make for us here. So if you want to try Girly's version of the Rösti, you have to come here and give it a shot. But yeah, so back to you, Chanel.
Awesome. That already sounds delicious. So, rösti is very versatile. I mean, potatoes are very versatile. So, depending on what you're craving, there's a rösti for everyone, is what it's seeming like. Now, I want to take it to Avi because he is actually there in Rösti land. But for our listeners and viewers, or people who want to learn more about foods to eat in Switzerland other than Rösti, what are some popular foods that we should try out there?
When we have guests or tourists that pass by Switzerland, one of the must-have, or say top free food that we always recommend to taste is the cheese fondue. And then, of course, there's a cheese raclette. And also, as mentioned, the Zürich Geschnetzeltes. Those are the top three food I would recommend for someone visiting Zurich, or actually Switzerland.
So it sounds very cheese heavy. So for our lactose intolerant guests,
Oh yeah,
just be prepared to eat a lot of
bring
cheese.
your medicine, yes.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, since you mentioned the raclette, for example, which has cheese, is there a specific type of cheese that we need to eat it with? Can you give us more details?
Yes, there's actually a specific cheese for the raclette. It's the raclette cheese because obviously, if you put cheddar and then over the potato, it tastes different. The raclette cheese has its own taste that they only use or mainly use for raclette. That's the one that you always have to melt and pour over the potatoes.
So let's say you go into a restaurant in Switzerland because you want to try authentic Switzerland food, and you want to try the raclette. You can just say the cheese raclette, and they already know.
Yes, if you order raclette, then automatic it's going to be that cheese.
Okay, good. One less thing for me to worry about which cheese, because honestly, I'm so intimidated by the many types of cheeses you guys have here. But it's great because I love cheese, I love potatoes, so many more new things to try. And I do want to ask our live audience and even our live commenters, what is your favorite version of Rösti or cheese that you try? Um, Meanwhile, AB, I know that you mentioned another cheese dish. Is that also a specific type of cheese, or like if you just order it, they know?
Yes, cheese fondue. It's also a specific type of cheese. And yes, when you order it, it will automatically come with the cheese fondue. And I think, like also with the raclette, it's only cheese that they produce here in Switzerland. So I'm not sure. I haven't had it anywhere else but here, but I believe it's exported somewhere else if they wanted to have the exact cheese or cheese fondue or raclette.
Oh wow, I didn't know that either. So that sounds really fun. Do you know the name of the cheese that they use for the cheese fondue specifically? Because fondues are quite popular. I mean, there's chocolate fondue, there's cheese fondue, but I didn't realize that Switzerland has got it down perfectly.
I don't know the exact name of the cheese fondue cheese because for me, I'm not lactose intolerant, but I can only eat a certain amount. But then those who actually live here, they can eat like cheese the whole day. For me, it's like I can only eat a certain amount and then I'm fine. Then I have to eat something else again because the taste is actually very intense. It's like it's really cheesy, and I can only take as only a few of it.
That's good, actually. That's good to hear. It's kind of like when I moved to Germany, or even before that, when I would bring like pasalubong or gifts back to my family to America, they say the chocolate in Germany is better because it's more thicker, it's more filling, versus like the chocolate in America, it's like it's different. It's not the same. You know, it's a different type of quality. And I want to ask Henry, um, have you tried cheese fondue or maybe the cheese raclette that AB mentioned?
I unfortunately have not tried any of that. So I'm listening to Abby and I realize how uncultured I am and how much more food I need to eat. The raclette cheese fondue. I do have some of my studio audience who did recently go to Switzerland. I think if he does he have any comments? Let me see. Do you have you had any experience with fondue cons? Yes. Okay. I'm waiting for his approval so I can walk there. All right. So let me go to the audience again. All right. See if my microphone can reach. Actually, if you can, with your beautiful suit. The joy of live broadcasting. So, what is your experience with fondue, or maybe your time in Switzerland?
Well, like what your other panelists say, it's really cheese heavy and they serve it with bread. So after a few slices of bread, you don't really want to eat much. And for me personally, it has a itchy feeling on my tongue, but I don't know if that's the same case as the others.
Did it taste good?
Well, yeah, it tastes like cheese, so who doesn't love cheese, right?
I'm okay with cheese. Cheese is all right. Cheese is all right. But and back to you, Chanel.
Of course, although I think if the cheese starts feeling itchy, you might need to take some medicine. But as long as we're all eating cheese safely, it should be okay. And now for back to Rösti a little bit. I want to ask AB, as someone again who's lived there, who's eaten Rösti more than all of us, I could safely say. Why do you think it's it's popular for Switzerland, or why do you think so many people enjoy it?
I think it's just another alternative to having fries. The fries has this image of being unhealthy. With rösti, it's actually the same thing. It's potato being fried, but then in a different way. But I believe, I'm not sure, I'm not saying it's fact, but I think it's an alternative to having fries is to have rösti as a side dish.
Okay, as I would say in German, gut zu wissen, or good to know. So, um, Henry, of all the Röstis that AB has mentioned, or even the cheeses that he's mentioned, what would you say would be your favorite? Even maybe preparation.
So to me, this is here's my poetic interpretation. The Rösti is just a name. It's a label. I think we all eat the same thing. It's really just a hash brown that's prepared in a European way. But when I go get my fries at my fast food, and when I go get my mom's version, the Filipino version, which Sister Gurley just explained, my mom makes it the same way. We're eating the same thing. I think that's what brings us together, right? For CEU connections, we are connected through the food that we eat. And that's why we like to talk about the food that we eat, because we call it different things. We call it different names, maybe slight variation in ingredients, but it's really the same food. The root food is the potato. Essentially, we will, what's the word? We grate it up, we squeeze the water out, and then we add all the ingredients, we oil the pan, we fry it, and we just call it different names in different cultures. So to answer your question, yes, I have eaten it, but I just called it something else. And it's delicious. I don't eat it as much because, like fries, it's probably not the healthiest thing if you keep eating it over and over again. I think my doctor would agree with me. So yeah, it's good. It's good to eat, but also be cautious, not too much. Everything in moderation. But the rest, am I saying correctly? The Rösti is still very delicious to me.
That's good to know. And I'm sure all of our audience, our live audience in our live chat, has learned something and definitely have been wanting to try in Switzerland. And while we're at Switzerland, we already have this visual of what foods to try, what foods to eat. Now I want to ask AB, if for those who want to visit, what is the top places you would take us to sightsee in at least Zurich area?
In Zurich area, we have the Zurich Old Town, similar to Römer. If you're in Frankfurt, we have this place that is still maintained. It has the old like cobblestones on the flooring, and we have the river passing through, going to the Zurich Lake. That's definitely a must see when you're in Zurich. But then outside of Zurich, we have several mountains. Of course, we have the Alps. It's always a nice place to go to visit, ride the funicular trains. There's different types of funicular trains. If you like skiing, snowboarding, winter sports, you can do it all up in the mountain. They're not that far from here, from Zurich. The closest mountain is maybe 45 minutes away for you to go skiing or snowboarding. For the kids, they like to race down the hill with their sleds. You can go sledding with the kids. It doesn't cost anything. You just have to get to the area. And then we have other nice places like for summer, or actually something very popular is people come to visit the infamous Khloe sites from movies where they filmed the places. So we would take them to Grindelwald or to Interlaken. Then everyone knows the famous chocolate with a mountain as a design, the Matterhorn. Yeah, there's a lot of places that you can visit here, especially at the mountains.
And what would you say is your favorite place to go to with your family?
Actually, Lauterbrunnen is very nice. It's also nicknamed the Valley with Thousand. What you call that now? When the water pours down, it's a Wasserfall. Waterfall.
Waterfall?
Okay, waterfall. Sorry. Yeah, so it's nicknamed also the Valley with the Thousand Waterfalls. That's a very nice place to visit, to even just to walk around the place and to go inside the small huts where they also have restaurants, and you can also eat dishes like Rösti.
Nice. And I know that Henry is also quite a bit of a traveler. I feel like you were in Switzerland as well, right, Henry? What were were those places familiar to you?
So I've actually been to Lauterbrunnen twice, and in two different experiences. The first experience was in winter 2023 with another family from Hawaii who used to be here in Central Europe. Shout out to the Santos family. We went to Lauterbrunnen in the January where everything was white, powder white snow. So the Alps were covered in a nice frosting that we would take the cable cars up 10,000 feet high or 3,000 meters up the cable car, where there's a restaurant there, all you can eat buffet. So it's very nice. But when you go to the restroom down the stairs and you go back up the stairs, you're out of breath because the elevation is so high up there that even though you're enjoying the scenery, you do have to take a little caution because yes, it's very icy, very cold, very snowy, and the air is very light. We also went there in the summertime, fall of later that year, which also coincided with the Europe 50 celebration. So right before the big celebration in the UK, we went there during the fall. Now everything was green. Everything was nice and warm. No jacket required. We could walk through and see the waterfalls, and the Alps had a different flavor to it. So we have experienced Lauterbrunnen in both times. I cannot say I've had the Rösti there or not. I don't remember. I ate everything in sight though. Everything was good. Everything was delicious. The chocolate was good. We got to some of did we go to the chocolate museum? Not that one, but we ate a lot of food there. I don't remember any cheese either, but it was a great experience.
Okay, because you said you didn't eat a lot of cheese, I'm gonna ask AB, do you think Henry had the proper food experience in Switzerland?
I believe not. I mean, you probably didn't know what Rösti meant back then. That's why you didn't try it.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, I didn't. I had no idea
Oh,
what
you
it
gotta
was.
go back. You still have springtime and autumn. You already have summer and winter. Now you have to go back for spring and autumn.
So I take that, bro, as an invitation to sleep over your house. So I'll be there soon with my family.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not cultured enough. I need someone. What do you call it? A connoisseur to show me around where all the food is at. So let me know when you're free. Of course, you're coming down to see me soon. Putting it out there that you're gonna visit me, and then we'll be visiting you soon too. Back to
Yeah,
Chanel.
I'm gonna try to bring you raclette cheese so that you can have a taste before you come here to Switzerland.
Yes, please. Please. I need to try proper cheese because apparently I've been doing it wrong my whole life, and Switzerland is where it's at for cheese. So thank you, AB, for the knowledge. But guess what, Henry? We're gonna be hit with more knowledge with our favorite segment. I know you can name it, Henry.
Yes, so we are proceeding to our next segment where me and Chanel definitely need to pay attention. I think our live audience here, they probably will test our live audience after our next segment, especially those who are non-German speaking. Shout out to our B2 certified brother Renell, who just got a certification. And so, I mean, he'll be the one to teach us very shortly. But anyway, back to our segment. We are all going to pay attention to our favorite Miss Malou, who will show us how to speak more German in Deutsch macht Spaß, or German is fun.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
Hello everyone, hallo zusammen. Welcome to German is Fun. Willkommen zu Deutsch macht Spaß. My name is Marilu Francisco, bringing you a fun session of basic German. Our lesson for today has to do with art. In German, auf Deutsch, Kunst. Kunst. K-U-N-S-T. Kunst. That's the German word for art.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
Our first word for today, art. Die Kunst. Die Kunst. I love art. Ich liebe Kunst. Ich liebe Kunst. Music. Die Musik. Musik. I like classical music. Ich mag klassische Musik. I like classical music. Ich mag klassische Musik. Painting. Die Malerei. One more time, the stress is on the last syllable. Malerei. Painting is a visual form of art. Malerei ist eine visuelle Kunstform. Malerei ist eine visuelle Kunstform. Theater, das Theater. Theater, the stress is on the second syllable, Theater. We're going to the theater. Wir gehen ins Theater. Wir gehen ins Theater. Photography in German, die Fotografie. Stress is on the last syllable, Fotografie. My sister likes photography. Meine Schwester macht Fotografie. Meine Schwester macht Fotografie. Architecture, Architektur, Architektur. Let's say it syllable by syllable. The stress is on the last syllable, Architektur. My brother is taking up architecture in the university, or you can simply say, my brother is studying architecture. In German, mein Bruder studiert Architektur. Mein Bruder studiert Architektur. Film, der Film. Film is also an art form. Film ist auch eine Kunstform. Film ist auch eine Kunstform.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
Let's review the German words and expressions we learned today. Art, die Kunst. I love art. Ich liebe Kunst. Music, die Musik. I like classical music. Ich mag klassische Musik. Painting, die Malerei. Painting is a visual form of art. Malerei ist eine visuelle Kunstform. Theater, das Theater. We're going to the theater. Wir gehen ins Theater. Photography, die Fotografie. My sister likes photography. Meine Schwester macht Fotografie. Architecture, Architektur. My brother is studying architecture. Mein Bruder studiert Architektur. Film, der Film. Film is also an art form. Film ist auch eine Kunstform.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
This has been today's episode of German is Fun, Deutsch macht Spaß. I'm Marilu Francisco saying thank you for joining me. Danke, dass ihr dabei wart. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Till next time. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
German is fun. Deutsch macht Spaß.
Welcome back to INCRadio Central Europe Connections, and I hope all of you have learned something new with Miss Malu today. And I know Henry is already ready to quiz the live audience. So Henry, who is your next victim?
All right. So I will call Kuya Johan Saharap. All right. This is more of a review of what we had just saw. Actually, I need to read my script first, really quick. Okay, so if you were watching, the question is, I'll ask it in Deutsch. Was studiert mein Bruder? Okay. What was the brother studying?
Oh, architecture.
Auf Deutsch.
Architecture.
Architecture. Close enough. So mein Bruder studiert Architektur. Architecture. Very good, very good. Good job. Hey. Okay, and what's the other question? I think that's all the questions I have. Back to you, Chanel.
Kuya Henry, I'm sure he's learned a lot as well. He's just shy to show off his German skills. I, for one, learned Wir gehen ins Theater, which is easy for me to remember because I say that often with my friends out here in Frankfurt lately. So shout out to my friends who have been taking me out to the theater. Anywho, it is time to announce our most active clusters. So I mentioned that earlier in the beginning of the episode, we have a competition going on every week. So this time we'll be announcing the active clusters from last week. So Mr. Tech, can you go ahead and show us who are our winners?
Third place, Bonn and Luxembourg cluster. Second place, Heidelberg cluster. First place, Berlin cluster.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard the applause of my cluster, but yes, Heidelberg was number 2. Hooray! And another shout out to Brother Mario Carvello and all of those in Berlin for holding on to number 1 for yet another week. In addition to top 3 clusters, we also have top 3 chatters. And I'm going to read it specifically in this order. Number 3 was Annalyn Lumen. Number 1 was Stefan Shelman. But number 2 was Sister Rachel Inocencio. So I will say there's a lot of bias here, a lot of purposeful bias. So if you would like to be shouted out as the top 3 chatter, don't forget to always be very active in our chat. And if you want your cluster to be in top 3 or to be to break Berlin's record, encourage your cluster to always participate in our CEU Connections hashtag, the the GWS or cluster of where you belong, and you could be featured next in our top 3 clusters. And it's always part of our favorite segments is that we are connected on the weekends. As you know, this year is coming to a close, and we would like to see a lot more viewers to join us in our CEU connections every Sunday, 7 o'clock Central European time. And this is not just limited to those who are within our district. Invite those who are friends and family back home in the Philippines, back into other parts of the States, or wherever they may be. Even to those who are not members of the Church of Christ, you can always invite them to watch some of our programs, our broadcasts, and not even just CEU Connections, but all of the shows that we have to offer, including, and this is my plug, Faith and Melody, every Monday at 5 o'clock Central European time. So feel free, I'll also be on there on that show. That's why I'm plugging it. So please feel free to join us on every Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock Central European time. So as we are coming to a close of our broadcast today, I will once again, I'll just pass the mic back to Chanel while I get into position, because I will prepare the studio audience to give their shout outs.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll start with our special guest today who has taught us so much about Rösti and the cheeses of Switzerland. AB, do you have any shout outs?
Yes, shout out to Heidelberg who's there as a live audience. Hello, Paul. Shout out to my family in Frankfurt, my family there in Rotterdam, and everyone else who's watching, my Swiss family here in Switzerland. More cheese to us and more Rösti to us. You guys, everyone else has to just come here to Switzerland to taste Rösti, cheese fondue, and raclette. So here's my official invitation to everyone to come to Switzerland and taste all the food.
Thank you, Avi, for your shout out. I'm gonna go quickly with my shout out. Shout out to the locale of Heidelberg again for pretty much hosting our show today, and shout out to my locale of Frankfurt, to Christian Reynoso and family, to Rico Kalau and family, to Uncle Boy Agapito and family. We're all just one big family. Let's continue to keep supporting. Hopefully, local of Frankfurt or Frankfurt cluster will make it in the top 3. We will see. Henry, let's go to your shout outs with the live audience.
Okay, so I will take this time to make a special shout out to this brother right here, Kuya Johan or Kuya John. He's been with us for quite a few months. He's made a very deep impression to the cluster of Heidelberg and even to the district, being surprisingly Kuya Tech wherever we go. So shout out to Kuya John, and shout out to our live studio audience for joining us today. Yay! So it's been a long day, but they've been here tuning into INC Radio, supporting not just watching live, but also on their phones, trying to make sure that we beat Berlin cluster for next week. And anyway, but we always thank you all for joining our broadcast, Central Europe Connections. Please always tune in, and we leave you with a riddle for next week. Chanel, did you get that riddle? If you can read that to us.
Absolutely. So please listen closely. It is a treaty signed, a river wide. 3 cultures meet where I reside. What city am I? So feel free to drop in the comments what your guess is. If not, you will definitely find out on our show again next week. Kuya Henry, do you have any other final shout outs or teasers for our guests?
So this year is coming to a close. Let me get into position. Sorry. This year is coming to a close, and so we have today is the 14th, so we have about 17 days left in the year. And so next year will be full of more topics and getting to know more places. We'll be going beyond Central Europe to get to know our counterparts all over the world. So we'll be crossing oceans. We'll be getting to know more people in the States. We might get to know more Hawaii people. We did like the Hawaii episode. We may even go to another live studio audience elsewhere. Hint, hint, Berlin. Hint, hint, Amsterdam. So we'll see. We'll see where the future takes us, because we want to connect more with our European broadcasts, our fellow Central European people. So in that case, with that being said, we will close out today with the show. So thank you to everyone for joining us in our broadcast. Thank you for watching INCRadio Central Europe. Let's stay connected. Let's stay inspired. See you next week. Same time, same place.